play in this kind of an environment, which is, obviously going to be a top 5 environment in all of college basketball. Do you look back on your days in the ACC, some of the places you played, and draw on that experience?
Most definitely. Definitely caused you to, kind of reflect on your career. A couple years ago, I played at Cameron Indoor, those type of places. So I just want to, tell my guys that, it's basketball at the end of the day, and, don't get distracted by, stuff that doesn't have anything to do with us. So.
Are there things you have to do in a place that's that loud? I mean, Mizzou players in the past have talked about almost like football style, nonverbal hand signals, communication, that kind of stuff. What kind of things like that come up?
Just certain verbals, nonverbals. I'm sorry, just stuff that we learn in practice. Maybe if it's hand signal or something like that. And then sometimes in those environments, it causes you kind of just to play ball too, make plays instinctually. So, yeah, just excited to play.
We asked Coach about last year, what he learned from last year. He said he has amnesia. Is that the same way you feel about the game, or is there some things you can take from what you played this team last year?
I would agree with him, but at the same time, you can't really forget certain things. We kind of still got a sour taste in our mouth from last year. But once again, it's a new team, it's a new year, so we're just gonna put our best foot forward, and we're gonna play hard, play our way.
Yeah, Nick, what are some of the things that stand out to you as being different this year for Kansas?
I would say just being in the system for another year, with the returners coming back, and us getting a lot more comfortable, and obviously we have a lot more players this year, numbers wise, and we're just a year and year experience in the system, and I feel like we're gonna be a lot better than we were last year.
Nick, from your perspective, what's been just the most impressive thing about Anthony Robinson's start to this season?
I would say just his energy. He's obviously a skilled player. You'll definitely see him do a lot more as the season goes on. But just the spark he brings off the bench, and his ability to crawl up under other ball handlers and kind of change the course of the game. So he's just everyday guy, always gonna bring the energy. And he's a Florida guy, so he's tough. So.
Nick, what are some of the things you've been doing? You got a little taste of it last year, the home game. But what are some things you're doing to prepare for the reverse of that for you guys to be taking on that heat from the past?
I would just say the reps we do in practice. It all starts in June. Just getting ready. Coach makes the practice environment hectic, puts us in all different type of situations. So kind of just just doing what we do, practicing and keeping our values throughout the practices and stuff like that.
When you say hectic, what can you kind of share about that?
Sometimes he refs our scrimmages, so a couple calls that might not go our way on both sides to kind of get us ready for that. Because in the game we don't really spend too much time reacting to the refs. So even if guy makes a ridiculous call, we're just gonna keep it moving and stay together.
The few games we've had Aiden Shaw starting with you, what have you seen from him taking on that role?
Just activity. He's a great rebounder. He has a high motor, and I always keep coming back to it, but energy. He's an energy guy and athletic. They caught that reverse dunk against Pitt. So we definitely see a lot more of that. He's just a dependable guy who can rebound, catch lobs, and step up when he needs to, for sure.
Nick, it seemed like aggressive perimeter defense is kind of a point of focus against Wichita State. Is that something you think the guards can turn into a strength and putting pressure on ball handlers against steals?
Most definitely. We have strength in numbers. We feel like we have one of the best perimeter guards in the country, core group. So, just like I said, it's always going back to practice and our defensive principles. As long as we stay with that, it will definitely be an advantage for us.
College basketball rosters just being different now, and guys not being at a place for 3, 4, 5 years. Do you guys, as players, when you got a game like this, is there an effort made to, hey, try to educate yourself and understand why this is so heated and such a big deal to fan bases?
Yeah, it's kind of funny because coming in last year, I definitely had to do a little bit of research, ask questions, especially to my guy Phil Pressey about the rivalry and stuff like that. But us returners, we do a good job of letting our guys know how big this rivalry is. But at the same time, telling them it's basketball as well. And then one thing about having experienced guys like Caleb Grill, been in the game before, so we just kind of tell them that it's a big time thing, especially for the state and our fans. We're just gonna go out there and play hard.
I didn't really think about that until just now. But what has Caleb told you guys about playing at Allen Fieldhouse?
He's just saying you gotta stay strong with your leads. You know, kind of get loud in there, and you know they can make a run. But we just got to stay, you know, strong and persistent throughout the battle.
Nick,
One last question.
when you go up against DeJuan Harris, obviously that's a elite point guard player right there. But what's it going on in that matchup? And for you, what do you think about, and what's the things you got to do?
He's a pretty good player. Just want to, you know, stop him from getting in the paint, and you know, limiting his, you know, vision to, you know, make those passes. But you know, just like we'll make adjustments, he'll make adjustments as well. So, I mean, it'll be a good game.
All right, thanks, Nick.
Thank you, MIZ.